Collagen supplements are not all the same. Here's what most people get wrong. Most people taking collagen supplements are wasting their money. Not because collagen doesn't work, it does, but because there are two completely different ways to approach collagen support, and most people have no idea the second one even exists. I've been using both for many years. Today, I'm breaking down the difference between food-based collagen, like ancestral supplements, and peptide bioregulators like Collagen, and telling you exactly which one is right for you and whether you should be taking both. Quick note before we dive in. Both products I'm covering today have discount codes in the description. Ancestral Supplements is linked below and so is Collagen. Okay, let's dive in. Here's something your average collagen powder isn't telling you. Collagen is the most abundant protein in your body. It makes up your skin, joints, tendons, ligaments, bones, and blood vessels. Starting in your mid-20s, your body produces less of it every year. By your 40s, that decline is significant enough that you start to see and feel it. In your skin, your joints, your recovery time. Most collagen supplements, your typical powder or capsule, work by giving your body the raw amino acid building blocks it needs to make more collagen. Glycine, proline, hydroxyproline. These are the inputs. The theory is simple. If you give your body more of the materials, it'll produce more of the end product. That's food-based collagen. And it works. But there's a ceiling to it, because you're working at the supply level, not the production level. Ancestral Supplements takes the food-based approach seriously, and they do it better than most. Their collagen is derived from grass-fed, pasture-raised bovine hide and connective tissue. The philosophy behind the brand is like supports like, meaning eating the collagen-rich parts of an animal provides targeted nutrition for the same tissues in your own body. What I like about Ancestral specifically is what they don't add. No fillers, no flow agents, no synthetic vitamins. It's freeze-dried, desiccated tissue. Clean, whole food sourcing. In terms of what you actually get, you're loading up on glycine and proline, which are conditionally essential amino acids that most people are deficient in, especially if you're not eating nose to tail. Glycine alone has significant research behind it for sleep quality, metabolic health, and longevity. The 2023 Taurine paper in Science actually identified glycine as one of the key longevity amino acids that declines with age. Number 1. So food-based collagen like Ancestral is giving your body the raw materials to make collagen. Number 2. Replenishing amino acids. Most modern diets are low in. Number 3. Supporting skin, joints, gut lining, and connective tissue over time. The limitation? You're still dependent on your cells actually responding to those materials and producing collagen. And as you age, that cellular response slows down too. That's where bioregulators come in. Peptide bioregulators are one of the most underrated categories in longevity science right now, and most people in the supplement space have never heard of them. Here's the basic concept. A bioregulator peptide is a very short chain of amino acids, typically just 2 to 4 amino acids long. At that length, these peptides don't just provide nutrition. They act as signaling molecules at the gene expression level. What does that mean in plain terms? Instead of giving your cells more raw materials, you're telling your cells to turn up their own collagen production. One gives your cells the building blocks, the other tells your cells to actually build. This research comes primarily out of Russia. It was developed by Dr. Vladimir Kavanson and the St. Petersburg Institute of Bioregulation starting in the 1970s. Originally funded by the Soviet military to help soldiers and cosmonauts maintain performance under extreme conditions. There are now decades of clinical research behind specific peptide sequences, and the collagen-specific peptides are among the most studied. Collagen specifically targets skin and connective tissue fibroblasts, the cells responsible for producing collagen and elastin. The active peptide sequence signals those cells to upregulate their own collagen synthesis activity. The effect is happening at the epigenetic level, which is why the results are different from just taking amino acids. So how do they actually compare? Ancestral gives you raw materials. Collagen gives your cells instructions. Ancestral is backed by the logic of amino acid science and the broader research on glycine and collagen peptides. Collagen has Russian clinical trials, which are real, but harder to access than Western peer-reviewed literature. Ancestral is significantly cheaper. Collagen is a premium product. You're paying for a specialized peptide technology, not a commodity supplement. With food-based collagen, most people notice joint and skin changes within 8 to 12 weeks of consistent use. With bioregulators, the reported effects tend to be deeper and longer lasting because you're working at the cellular level, but they also take longer to accumulate. Can you take both? Yes, and I do. They're complementary, not competing. Ancestral gives your cells the materials, and Collagen tells your cells to actually use them. Think of it as supply and demand working together. If you're new to collagen support and want to start somewhere accessible, start with Ancestral. It's food-based, clean, well-sourced and affordable. Add it to your stack and be consistent for 90 days before you evaluate. If you're already doing the basics and want to go deeper, especially if you're in your 40s or beyond and you're focused on longevity at the cellular level, Collagen is worth the investment. This is the category that most longevity-focused people haven't discovered yet, and it's one of the more interesting tools available right now. If you want to do both, I'd suggest starting with Ancestral for 60-90 days to establish your baseline, then adding Collagen on top. Both products are linked in the description with my discount codes. If you found this useful, subscribe. I cover this kind of thing every week. No fluff, just the actual science. I'll see you in the next one.